Buenas tardes.
Good afternoon. I would like to start by thanking President Petro and the population of Colombia for their hospitality during this summit, and especially the beautiful city of Santa Marta, where we have gathered together when 500 years of its foundation are celebrated. Santa Marta was the first European settlement permanent in firm land in Latin America. And during these days, they have played the role as a meeting point amongst culture, as a symbol of union and cooperation amongst our nations within a political context so complex, like this summit, which is sending a clear message to the world, even in the moments of most uncertainty in Europe, Latin America, and the Caribbean. They continue to maintain their bet on the dialogue instead of the division, the cooperation and not confrontation, association instead of isolation. The relation amongst the countries of CELAC and the European Union is a relation amongst peers. It's a relation that was built on values, history, and human bonds that are shared, and also shared vision of the world. A world based on democracy, human rights, social justice, and respect to the international legality and multilateralism. A vision that has been reflected in the joint declarations that we have adopted today in Santa Marta, with which we have achieved several objectives. In the first place, consolidate the relationship between the two regions by celebrating this summit 2 years later after the previous one, just as we agreed in 2023. It is important to remember that before the summit of 2023, 8 years passed since the previous one. Our relationship is more dynamic and intense nowadays, with political structured dialogues, with dozens of visits of high level every year, and multiple ministerial meetings in different formats, such as the one we're going to be having tomorrow with the leaders of the Caribbean. In the second place, this attestation demonstrates the importance of multilateral dialogues. Take a look and notice that today 60 countries of 2 continents with ideological perspectives that are very diverse have come to agreements through dialogue on critical matters of nowadays, reaffirming our defense of international rights and respect to the Charter of the United Nations anywhere and every time. Because what the multipolar world requires nowadays is multilateral cooperation, as well as bisectional cooperation that we represent hereby. In the third place, we have agreed to continue to promote the world trade that is fair, sustainable, and mutually beneficial. The results of the tight cooperation of the last 10 years has translated into an increase of 52% of goods trading and 93% in the case of services. And there is potential for a lot more. Together, we are harvesting the path for this relationship to go beyond, hoping that our citizens can benefit from the fruits of this harvest, increasing strategic autonomy, which means sovereignty in both regions. In the fourth place, we have given a new boost to the big European program of investments, the Global Gateway, whose execution has sped up since our former summit 2 years ago. We are mobilizing 31 billion euros in more than 100 initiatives in all the region. And now we are going to put in a startup a new package of projects, of which I can give examples, such as the digital connection via satellite projects, which are going to take internet to the most remote places of the region, of which 1,000 of citizens are going to be benefiting, besides the healthcare systems and local administrations, or the extension of the Cable Vela program for Central America and Peru, besides the initiative for the integration of regional electric networks in Latin America and the Caribbean, with 22 strategic projects that are going to create electric systems that are more efficacious and safer, with the new network of supercomputers that will connect Europe and Latin America and the Caribbean, boosting innovation, investigation of the technological partners. Lastly, today we have committed to reinforce our cooperation in several ambiances, particularly in safety, healthcare, and in our fight against organized crime and narcotraffic, through the cooperation of the judiciary bodies and the police, always within the respect of the international legal frameworks. Within this sense, we have agreed 2 additional statements separated in the regional territories. First, an alliance for citizenship safety, which is going to strengthen the cooperation between the European Union, Latin America, and the Caribbean in the fight against organized crime, including the traffic of drugs. Secondly, a pact towards care to facilitate exchanges based on good practices in the economy of care. Definitely, with this summit in Santa Marta, we have accomplished our goals, met our goals of consolidating and moving towards the bisectional relationship in the different territories, so that the economic aspect of our countries goes hand in hand with development, social justice, and human rights. Because this is the conviction within the heart of the bonds between Latin America, Europe, and the Caribbean. Thank you so much, and thank you, President Gustavo Francisco Petro. Thank you so much.